Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to understand agent middleware in a very simple way. Middleware may sound like a technical word, but the idea is actually easy. Think of middleware as a smart helper layer that sits between different parts of a agent system. It can watch what is happening, check the request, change something if needed, log information, handle errors, and then allow the process to continue. The important point is middleware helps us to add extra behavior without changing the main agent code. Let's start with a simple definition. The user asks, "What is the weather today?" Before the question reaches the agent, it first passes through the middleware. The first middleware can do things like log the request, validate the input, check security, and modify the message if needed. After that, the request reaches the agent. In this image, the agent shows like a chef. The agent process the request and prepare the answer. But before the answer goes back to the user, it passes through the middleware again. The second middleware can transform the response, handle errors, log the result, and enrich the answer. Finally, the user receives the response. Today is sunny and 20 degrees Celsius. So the workflow is very simple. User, middleware, agent, middleware, response. Middleware works like a pipeline. Each middleware layer can do something before and after the next step. For example, one middleware can handling logging, another middleware can handle security, another middleware can transform the output. Each middleware has one clear responsibility. This keeps the agent simple. Without middleware, the agent code becomes messy because everything is mixed together. With middleware, the agent can focus only on this main job. Let's understand what are the types of agent middleware available in agent framework. The first type is agent run middleware. This middleware runs around the entire agent execution. That means it can see the user message before the agent process, and it can also see the final response the agent finalize. So agent run middleware is useful when you want to control the complete run. This is a simple workflow. User send the message, agent run middleware before, agent run middleware after the final response. The second type is function calling middleware. To understand this, remember that agents can call function or tools. For example, if the user asks, "What is the weather today?" the agent may need to call function weather. That function may be called as a get weather. Function calling middleware sits around the function call. It can inspect the function name, check the input parameter, modify the input, execute the function, and then inspect or modify the result. So here you can see the simple example. The agent function calling middleware before, function get called, function calling after, results returned to the agent. The third middleware is a chat client middleware. This middleware works at a lower level. It sits between the agent and the AI model, such as OpenAI or Azure OpenAI, whatever LLM model. In simple words, the agent sends a prompt to the AI model. Before the prompt reaches the model, I chat client, that means interface chat client middleware, can inspect or modify it. After the model gives a response, chat client middleware can inspect or modify the response back goes to the agent. This can use, for example, agent send to the prompt to the LLM, middleware logs it, can modify it, then the logs the response from the LLM. How the middleware chain works. So we have three middleware called as A, B, C. So if started with this one, A, it goes to B, C, then agent The response after that it goes to the C. That means the reverse order C, B, and A. This is the order. So each middleware calls the next one to continue the pipeline. As I mentioned earlier, why use the middleware? Its middleware is useful to write the clean code logic, reusable components, easy to add or remove features, easier testing and maintenance. Let's move on to our Visual Studio and we write three middleware: agent, function, and chat client middleware. Due to some issue, I use my Rider IDE to implement this middleware feature. Here I have created one console application called Middleware Overview. I start with the agent middleware. So before writing the code, I just highlight what I did in this sample code. I have created the chat client object, use GitHub OpenAI model. So these are the parameter we have to use it to create the chat client. After that, I use the iChat client to create the. After that, here I create the iChat client. Using the iChat client, I create the AI agent object. So I written on prompt called a plan to travel Chennai tomorrow. What will be the weather like? And I send this prompt to the agent. Project agent will respond it. And I have created another class file called a custom agent middleware. So in this one, I have created the function called custom agent run middleware. So here I send whatever message is coming to the agent. The idea here for this agent middleware, I'm checking the authentication. Okay, if it is get authenticate, access, send this information to the agent, otherwise just return it. That's the concept. So before that, I go to the program.cs file. First, I will add this middleware into my agent. So how to add it? So if you come here, the agent, here we have to use function called use. This is a agent builder method. In this method, we have to pass the our function. This all are the delegate function. There are different kind of parameters. Here you can see there are different kind of parameters, delegate parameters. So one match with our scenario, our function, like first message, session, options, agent, and cancellation token. So if you go here, I just use this object. I created the class object. Using this class object, call the function custom agent dot custom run middleware, and I pass the second argument also streaming. I did not using it for this sample, so I pass as null. Okay. So how to pass our parameter to this middleware, agent middleware? Our parameter sense here in this example, whether this user get authenticate or not. So that information we have to pass it. No. So how to pass this information to agent middleware? For this, there is a class called agent runtime options. So using this one, we have to pass the parameters to the agent middleware. So in this function inside, we have the property called additional property. Using this additional property, we can set it. So OpenAI option dot additional properties dot try add is authenticate. At the moment, I make it as a false. In real time, we get the username and password authenticate, and we assign this value here. But this is just a sample. So I directly assign to the false. Go to here, our agent middleware. So here we have to read the property that's coming in this agent run options. So here what I'm going to do, I'm just creating one object, and it's called is authenticate null. And using this option additional property try get value. authentic, not true. Just use this is authenticate. Just cross check the authenticate key and our key is correct. Oh, sorry, try get value. So here we'll check bool object is true or not. We are checking it. In case if it is not true, let us assume it's not true. So I don't want to process it here. I want to return it here. So here we are going to return it. So before return, I just write the log here. So the logger I am passing it, the constructor, primary constructor. So logger, here I just invoke, mention it like agent middleware. You are not authorized. Okay. Log information has written. We have to return it. To return, you can see our return object is a agent response. So we have to return the agent response. So return await agent response view of agent response. In this one, set the chat message. Role is assistant, and the message you are not authorized. That's it. So this object we have to return it. So use a wait task dot from result. That's it. If not authorized, no need to go send this message to the middleware. Just return it. That's it. So our middleware is ready. I write one more logger here. So if you authenticate pass, so we just add the logger message, invoke authentication successful running edges. Go to program.cs file. There is one more changes. The run async, we have to pass this run option. So if you come over here, you can see the object argument is called options. This argument we have to set the OpenAI options. That's it. So seems to be all fine. We start the application. Better I put the breakpoint, the agent middleware. So I start the debug mode. It succeeded. I put one more breakpoint. Yeah, super. Plan to travel Chennai. What will be the okay? There is no session. And the runtime option, you can see the additional property. We set the authenticate is false. Logger or not authenticate. And this is a response. I put the breakpoint here also. Just press F5. We get the response. You are not authenticate. So run it. So in the console, you can see you are not authenticate. This is from our middleware, and this is a response we set in the custom middleware. Okay. So I do one step. So I stop the program, and here I change this to true. Okay. Start the program again, and this time we see the message authentication successful running agent. Here you can see our authentication is get succeeded. Now our prompt goes to the LLM model. We get some response here. See, so we get the response from the agent. and this is a information. I cannot live weather in the real time. What in Chennai, there are some information. That's fine. So the idea here is clear how to implement the agent middleware. Let's move on to our next middleware called function middleware. To implement the function called middleware, make sure we have to use at least one function tool in our agent. To use this, I'm going to create one class called weather. Just make this a static here, and I'm going to create one function. Public static string get weather, and here we pass the city name, return the weather is city is sunny. Okay, so our function tool is ready. This function tool, we have to add it to our agent, and we cannot directly add to the agent. For that, we have to use the chat client agent. In the chat client agent, we have to set the our tool. Here you can see the tools. We have to pass AI tool is a list. So we have to convert our function to the AI tool. After that, we have to pass it here. Okay. So let's first we'll convert our function to the AI tool. To convert our function to AI tool, we don't need to disturb our class. We can write the wrapper. Inside wrapper, we, we can use our function. So I'm just going to create one more class here called the public class, and add a static only. So avoid the creating the object, the class, here weather a tool. Create one more class called public static. Just return the a tool array here and create a tool function name. So add the reference. This from the Microsoft extension AI tool. Okay, so here we have to use a function, the function a function factory dot create. So use this function, we can convert our normal C# class function into the a function. So the first argument is a delegate. Second argument, we have to pass a function factory options. But make sure the first argument is a delegate method. Second argument, a function factory. It be there. Here I'm create one more function, public static delegate. So we have to use a func here, string here we call the weather func. The description name of the city we have to pass, and internally I'm calling my main C# function. So weather dot get weather. So this we have to pass it here. For that, before here I'm creating the factory option here. and what is our function name. So that we have to set it, and description get whether the for specific city. So this we have to pass it here. So options, that's it, and return the function. Okay. So we convert our C# function to AI tool function. This we have to pass to the here. So tools, and our function called weather AI tool. So weather AI tool, or call the create AI tools. That's it. So our function added to the chatbot agent. Okay. So far is a normal function calling. Our main goal is to implement the function call middleware. So I'm going to create another class called custom function middleware. So first argument I pass as a action here to log the information. So string logger null. The next step we have to write the function calling. Before that, we go to our main program and see the what are the arguments to implement this function call behavior. Here use just scroll down. Here you can see the first argument is a AI agent function invocation context, and the other one more delegates and cancellation token. This delegate we have to pass it. So go to our function. So we go to our custom function middleware. Here we write the delegate. Public is async function. Return the value task is an object. So argument agent, other information, and here we return the logger, which function it's calling, and call that one, and return after this one we get the result and return it. So it's written. Okay. Now go to our main program here. So I'm creating the object for function call, function agent. So new of custom function middleware, pass a logger. This is our right line. That's it. So come here, just pass our delegate. That's it. Super simple. So we quickly run this application and see the output. I just go to here, put the breakpoint, function called middleware, put the breakpoint one more here. Okay, let's start debug. So it's get hit the function name get weather. We go to the next step. So here we get the function call normal way Chennai, and we go to return, put the breakpoint. So here we get the result, the weather Chennai is sunny. Okay, that's it. We run it. Here you can see the first middleware is the agent middleware, second function called middleware, and finally we get the result. So when to I use the function called middleware? So in the function called middleware, you take the call whether you need to call this function or not. So suppose if you don't want to call it or you want to change any modification, something, everything you can do it, and you can allow to continue this process. So far we understand how to use the agent middleware. Second, understand the function called middleware. Finally, we are going to see how to implement this chat client middleware. Next, we are going to see the chat middleware. You cannot directly use the agent. So this is a chat client interface. So you have to add it into the chat client, not directly to the agent. That's one of the main point here. To implement the chat client middleware, you cannot directly add to the agent like what we did for the agent middleware and function calling middleware. Instead, you have to use the chat client. So here you have to add it. Let's say here use use this one. You have to use it. So we go. There are different type of arguments. I'm going to use this one. A enumerable message, chat options, and chat interface and task. This one I'm going to use it. To use this one, I'm going to create one more class called custom chat middleware. Here I'm going to create the class. You can add the logger also. Action string logger. Here I'm going to create my function. Async task chat response. The custom chat middleware. These are the parameters. And here we get the message list. We just print the result, and this allowed to agent, and we get the return and response from the agent. Finally, we return the response. So here also you can take the control whether you want to continue the process or not to call this one. Okay, to add this one, go to our program.cs file. And here I'm going to create where chat middleware agent new of custom chat middleware and pass the agent here. Use chat middleware agent dot custom chat and streaming. We are not using it, so just pass as a null. That's it. Super simple. So we go here and looks everything perfect. We start the application. Agent middleware fine because it's a complete control. Second, you see, we receive the custom chat client middleware, not the function call. Previously, we received the function call. Now, this is a chat client. Why? As I mentioned, the beginning of the video, Chat middleware sit between agent and the LLM. Function call LLM triggered. Okay, which function I need to call? But the chat between agent and the LLM. That's the reason the chat middleware get triggered and first message is coming. So what message we sent? Plan to travel to Chennai tomorrow. What will be the weather like? So that's coming here. Logger LLM send this message to the LLM and get the response. Response from the agent. We can see the response also. We just go here. So here you can see the final reason tool calls. So LLM not response to the user. So internally call the tool calls. This tool call goes to the function. So we continue, and here you can see the information. Get whether some other argument details. Get whether. Okay. We continue here. Return fine. Function return. Again back to the custom chat client middleware. I just go one by one. Because what's happening here? Function return the result. This result go to the LLM. So before hit the LLM, we implement the chat middleware. That's the reason we receive the chat client middleware. There is a three messages coming. You can see the messages. First message is plan to travel to Chennai, and the function call in LLM sent to the tool call, and function call return it, function result, and this result goes to the LLM. You can continue and return from the LLM response. That's it. Finally, we print the result. So this is a workflow for the chat middleware, agent middleware, chat middleware, and LLM, function middleware return result. Again, back to chat middleware. Finally, we get the response. So these are the three middleware types in Microsoft Agent Framework: agent, function middleware, chat middleware. Thank you all.